Resident Evil 2.
Hello guys, what is up? Survival Commands here, and you have once again entered the world of survival horror. Today I want to talk about the 10 things that I want Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now these are my opinion, and these do not have to be in the game except for 2, and at least 3 of the subjects will be videos of their own. I do want people to think about what they want in the game, since we now have more information than we can ever ask for. So, let's get this list rolling. First up are the death scenes. I want to see some of my favorite death scenes come back in Remake 2. I've talked about this in my trailer breakdown video, which you all should check out by the way, and I actually showed some of the death scenes that I wanted, but with what I've seen with the one game over death, I'm so excited to see what kind of deaths are to come. In the breakdown, I've used these examples. But I would love to see a couple like this.
I just can't take the pain!
I would love to see these remade, especially the Birkin pipe fatality, to look something sort of like this. Now I know I broke a lot of yours hearts showing that, but we do have one death scene on record, and here it is. Now this actually makes me saddened, as I hate seeing death scenes, but man do I love them, because it's the fear of watching your favorite character dying and losing all the progress that you made. I want these death scenes to be brutal and terrifying, maybe to the extent of Mortal Kombat style with the brain and guts everywhere, because for God's sakes we are talking about zombies and BOWs here, so they're kind of known for brains and guts. With the composer of the original game coming back to compose the music for Resident Evil 2 Remake, you could tell that we are going to get some amazing music. With the information that we have and the music that we know of, like the PS4 theme, the front hall, and some of the save room theme, we all could theorize that this will take a more atmospheric approach. And in a way, I do like this because we're getting a more atmospheric tone with this game. Every zombie mode and window breaking needs to be heard, so having the minimalist notes reminiscing the old songs is really good to have. Yes, I would love to hear my favorite songs get remade, but this is a reimagining of Resident Evil 2. If we kept everything the same, why not just call it a remaster? And we are getting the old OST, so if you want to change it, it's there. I have faith for this game's music with the 3 songs that I've heard, and if the PS4 theme is the basement theme, then I can't wait to hear what else comes from this game, because that sounds frightening. This is the Resident Evil extremist side of me that still wants this. Even though I'm totally in love with the over-the-shoulder perspective that's in the game, I would still like to see it in fixed camera. But if it's not implemented, I won't be mad, since they have proven that over-the-shoulder works with the horror atmosphere. To me, this is like Dead Space all over again. Plus, there is a big modding community when it comes to Capcom games. If you don't believe me, look up any Street Fighter character mods for 4 or 5, the mysterious mod for Street Fighter 5, and this mod.
Splendid timing! You two are just in time for the fireworks show! Boom! Won't you two just die already? You're making me look bad!
I believe even if they don't do it as DLC pack or anything, someone will make a fixed camera mod for the PC version, which I am getting. I really want to see the expansion of these characters. Ada has been mysterious for 2 decades, and I would love to learn about my favorite Asian femme fatale. I would also love to play as Sherry in a memory of some sort, being escorted from school or making her way to the RPD with streets infested with zombies. I feel that it would be cool to play Sherry in that fashion, as we could not only see the outbreak from a kid's eyes, but be utterly helpless doing it. It could play into those childish acts of helping people who are in deep danger and have no way of getting out, or walking up to a Cerberus thinking it was a normal dog. Shit like this would be scary, and for Hunk, he might as well be the most mysterious guy in the Resident Evil franchise. I just want to know a little bit more about Mr. Death and the operation behind the extraction of the G virus. I want Resident Evil 3 Remake, but not as DLC. I do want references like holes in the wall or windows that Nemesis has crashed through, the Brad Vickers zombie or the blood spot on the ground, or just traces of Jill's appearance like the videotape subject that I talked about, which you all should check out. I hope they are making Resident Evil 3 Remake alongside with Resident Evil Remake 2, because it'd be easier if they just reused assets. And since Resident Evil 3 is both a sequel and a prequel to Resident Evil 2, it would help fix a lot of the plot holes within Resident Evil 2 and 3. Now, why do I not want this as DLC? Think about it. Why would you make what possibly could be a 5 to 8 hour linear story with its own characters, setting, and story DLC? It just doesn't make sense. Resident Evil 3 is its own game and should not be in any way sort of DLC, and I'd be very disappointed if Remake 3 was DLC. When I say hardcore, I mean it. I mean no checkpoints, unlimited saves, low amount of ink ribbons, lower count of verbs of ammos, having batteries for your flashlight, zombies take more damage, rearranged puzzles, and far less bites like 2 or 4 till death. Now, why would I want something so hard in a game like this? It's because I want to feel scared when playing this. Always having the fear of less ammo or health, and zombies killing you in a snap is what ultimate survival horror is all about. One wrong move and it might end up costing you the entire game, making you restart because you didn't have enough health, ammo, or you just didn't save because you had no ink ribbons. This is totally something that I would play, and I feel that Resident Evil veterans and speedrunners would absolutely love this mode. There are many monsters that were designed into Resident Evil 1.5. The team making Remake 2 said that they are not taking inspiration from 1.5, but it's really hard not to see the similarities between the two. In the first remake, Crimson Heads were introduced to make the game a bit harder. I would love to see the 1.5 monsters implemented in the game, but since everything is expanded, the lab might be expanded even more. This could give us an extra few rooms where we could see monsters like the not-so-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and the hand-mouth lady. I feel that this would be cool if the monsters were inside containment chambers as reference, or actually have them break out and attack you. In all, I would love to see at least 1 or 2 new enemy types in Remake 2 just to make it different and fresh. I do want this to feature new characters. With new characters, this means more side stories and so much more potential to enrich the story. Think of this, an expanded scene with Kendo where you get to learn how much he helped the citizens of Raccoon City, get expanded stories on the creation of the G virus, or learn about stars in the fallout with Chief Irons. We've seen new people like Elliot, and yes, even though he does die, he's an essential part of the story. Imagine a Lisa Trevor type story where it's more depressing the more you learn about it, and just messes you up when you find out about the truth. This could be a new storyline for Brian Irons to just show how fucked up he really is. For the love of God, stop using this guy.
Resident Evil.
It sounds like he's being too forceful with the fear factor. My favorite announcers are the deep, ominous ones like
Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil.
Let's not try to force the horror. Just use someone as the examples that I've used and we'll be fine. Yes, it is a bit nitpicky, but I've always found it not to be scary at all. The announcers of the original 3 were always my favorite and in all honesty, iconic to the franchise. Now I know they've already deconfirmed VR mode for not being in their vision, but this mode would not be for the story part of the game. For the PS4 and PC exclusive, there should be something like the Friday the 13th virtual cabin where you get to look at in-game assets up close and first person. The reason why I said this could be a PS4 and PC exclusive is because of the VR. I loved playing Resident Evil 7 in VR and looking at everything up close. It would be cool to experience something like Crying Horn's VR mode for his Front Hall remake. You can have things like zombies, Birkin's forms, monsters like spiders, plant monsters, Cerberi, and lickers all in a diorama like Modern Warfare 2's ending. And I think it would be cool because the RPD was actually an art gallery. The reason why I want this in is because the PC version of Resident Evil 2 had a similar feature to this where you can look at 3D models and art in the 3D viewer. But that is it for the video today, and I want to thank all of you for watching. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in so long. With having no internet and moving, it's all just been a hassle. I hope you guys like the new intro because I wanted to change it a bit to more Resident Evil since Mortal Kombat 11 didn't get revealed. And I feel like having this intro is awesome because it's nostalgic and it shows the change. I also changed the outro to fit in with the change and match with the intro. I know you guys will like that, and I will revert back to my old intro and outro when I do other stuff, but this new intro and outro is what I will be using whenever I make Resident Evil 2 remake theories or discussions. I do want to thank everybody that's been supporting me on Twitter. It makes me even more excited with the game, seeing people react to my wallpapers and cropping jobs. Like I said in the beginning, 3 of these might be videos of their own, so watch out for that when they come out. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye, my fellow survivors.